Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to have our very relaxing art session, inshallah. I will also name it art therapy because there is exactly such a thing called art therapy, and people are all over the world. They are indulged in some way or the other into art. And I have also noticed that it really helps, really helps, and people should not take a leap into stuffing themselves up with antidepressants, and all medicines have side effects. So people should not just jump and take the shortcuts that, oh, we'll take medicine and then we'll feel better. No, try other things. Try alternate therapies, try herbal therapies, try remedies, and try art therapy. The purpose of art therapy is basically to keep your hands busy. And whenever we do something, our hands, they are connected with so many neurons that go to the brain. Whatever we feel, whatever we touch, everything, every sensation, every feeling, every experience is taken to the brain through neural pathways. So when we get busy doing something with our hands, when we start making something with our hands, we are actually creating and strengthening pathways. So when we are creating new pathways, those pathways are automatically overriding old pathways. So the old pathways of old memories or trauma or anything that we have experienced in the past, those things get overwritten and new memories are formed and new pathways are formed. So this is why I am really hooked with this idea of creating something new, especially when you're all stressed out and when you have something very tiring or overwhelming going on in your life. You should start doing something that is arty or something that requires creativity, and just get busy crafting. It could be art in the form of painting, it could be sketching, it could be watercolor, it could be any medium of art. And some people who do not know how to draw, they can get start taking classes even from YouTube. They can start taking some small lessons and start practicing calligraphy. And some people can draw flowers, get better and better at it. So there is no such thing as, some people think, oh, I cannot draw. And there have been people I've been counseling who have told me that they cannot draw, and then I told them to draw. And when they sent me their pictures, they were masterpieces. So don't trust your own judgment. You can be over critical of your own works. So we all have this tendency. We find faults with whatever we do. And maybe because of hearing a lot of criticism from our surroundings, and just ignore those naysayers. Even if that naysayer is you yourself, ignore that criticism and pick up some medium. Like, for example, I'll give you this example. I told myself a long time ago that I will never, and note the word never. I didn't say not, I will not be able to. I told myself that I will never be able to crochet. And this is a lace trim. It's a very complicated, as you can see, it's very tiny, small, intricate one. So it's a lace trim that I made. And from somebody who told herself that I will never be able to crochet, right? So why not start with something that you've told yourself that you will never be able to do? For example, maybe you told yourself you will never be a writer, an author. Maybe you told yourself you can never write stories. You can never write a non-fiction. Why not start with there and start taking courses and take it one step at a time and keep improving? So this one didn't happen in one day, but I kept going until I was able to even do, like, look at this, it's so thin, right? So you can actually do something amazing, and even the things that you've been telling yourself that you will never be able to do, you can actually do. So don't tell yourself that you cannot do something, especially when it is art and craft. And nowadays you have some people call it the YouTube University, especially for art and craft. You have the YouTube University, and so many people have benefited. Even myself, I have benefited so much from YouTube when it comes to art and craft, that I would highly recommend somebody who doesn't have a background in art and craft. The easiest way, easiest access, take up some good channels of craft and start following. Start with, if you don't have any supplies, you have a supplies issue, I would suggest that you start with sketching, plain sketching. And for plain sketching or color pencils, you just need a color pencil, or you need, even if you don't have color pencils, you can use simple, the gray or the black, however you like to call it, the charcoal pencil, and that's all you need, and you can just start drawing something. So you don't need too many things, right, to get started. So today I'm going to show you how you can make amazing things at home with very few accessories, very few material is required, and you can actually make masterpieces that you can make for yourself, or you can make to give as a gift on any occasion. So I just got this one single crystal string. I don't know why my camera is not focusing properly today. Maybe I'll fix it next time, inshallah. I've tried to do it, I don't know, it's just blurring everything out. It's focusing at this point, right? That's the point, it's focusing things. So this is something I just experimented with. I put some beads on my tasbih. Its front side had broken, so I just tried to beat it up a little bit. But have a look at this. We made this for Eid. This is a bangle, and use some ribbon, use some silver trim, and some pearl strings, and use these. All the material can be purchased from any store of your choice. You can take some kind of a bangle that you already have, any plastic bangles, any metal bangles that you have at home that you're not using. You can use it, you can cover it with ribbon, and then you can place your beads and stuff on it like that. Okay. And then we have, this is a simpler one. It's just the trim. Place some beads on top of that as well. So let me show you. Here it is. This is actually, let me tell you a secret. The other I've used bangles for, but this one is actually, I got this with a scarf. I bought a scarf, and this was used as a scarf hanger. I suppose it is made from resin. So this was a scarf hanger. I got my scarf in, but look, it fits into my hand like this, like so. Fits into my hand. I can just use it as a bangle. And then what you do is you take ribbon and you go round and round. You take glue. You can take hot glue, or you can take E7000, any glue of your liking. Some people also use this one. This is the fabric glue. You can take any fabric fusion glue, or you can take. Some people often. I don't recommend this with ribbon, but this is also something that can be used for fitting the beads in place. But I simplify it. I just use glue and hot glue. So you take a bangle, any bangle that you have, you use that bangle, cover it with ribbon, or you can cover it with any, you can cover it with ribbon, or you can cover it with any colorful tape, like so. Take up any such thing and go round and round. Like, let me show you. I didn't go round and round with this on this one, but I'll show you, for example, that you can go just for the purpose of clarity. Look at this. So I made this smaller bangle. I just did this. This was an experiment, so I haven't finished it yet. I will be going over it later on. Inshallah, I will do what I feel like doing with this. I'll experiment a little bit more. But so you take this bangle and you go over it round and round like let me show you example like this. Imagine this is a ribbon. So you take this like this and you go over it like this. Don't do it with this one. Don't do it with the embellished ribbon, but just imagine like if you had a plain ribbon and you're going round and round. Round and round, you put some glue over there and you go tightly round and round over this thing. So I wouldn't do this with this ribbon because I like making other things with this ribbon. But if you like, you can do this simple. And even if you don't do anything to this, this is your bangle, complete. You go over it, the whole thing, and you have your bangle ready. Now what I liked was, I like this other side more. Since I'm not using it on fabric, so I like this other side more. So I use this side. And what I did was, go over it like this. Go over it like this. I haven't made one like this, but I think this is also a good idea. I can make one. Just simply get some bangles, round bangles, and make. And those round bangles are also available on, these plastic bangles, wooden bangles are available on any shop of your choice. You can get it. So just have a look. Like even if I don't put any beads on it, this will be beautiful bangle for your match any of your clothes, especially the pink and the purple or blue. So this is turning out really nice. But if I want, I can put additional things on this. Like, have a look. So just like this, with nothing else on. It's looking good, right? But I used it instead as its whole, and I put some other beads on top like this. And I have many such, so on which I put pearls on the sides and other things which I will show you later, inshallah. So this is a more finished look, and this is a more finished version. So you can do it as a hobby, and you can actually gift it, or you can take orders and you can sell these. So this is not just something which you do for fun. It can be cathartic. It can be like it can be very can be a great form of therapy. But at the same time, you can actually make money while you're doing therapy. Nobody will find out. So, and then you can do, if you don't need money, you can do charity. So this is something just for the purpose of showing you. This is how it is. When you put it in place, everything settles. When you put it in place, it will become fine. This was my last piece, so I was trying to make it when I had turned off the glue gun. So I was trying to make this with cold glue gun. That's why it turned out like this. But I think it's everything has purpose. So this was to show you guys that this is how it is, and you can put it in place, and you can use. This is the simplest you can get. And then if you like, you can put some beads on. You can put rhinestones like this one. You can put these rhinestones on. You can get hot glue rhinestones, or you can get any form of different rhinestone. If you want, you can create your own beads. Like for example, you can put these around if you like golden beads. For example, you can put glue, or you can stitch them over here like this. See? There are so many options. The whole way, like all the way here and all the way there, you can create bead string, or you can do this. You can create beads over here. You can create beads and place them there. You can simply find a bead you can place on this. You can create such beads. Place them here. It's basically all up to you how you like to play with it. And let me show you another example where I have actually gone a little above and beyond. Have a look at this one. This is where I've actually used this. Used the pearls. I've used the, I don't know why it's doing this. See, it makes it blurry in some angles and makes it, I don't know why it's doing, yeah. So as you can see, I've used rhinestones, I've used pearl beads, I've used a lot of things here. So according to your efforts, you can place, the price, and look at how it's beautifully covered with ribbon. So it makes a beautiful gift, makes a beautiful, if you want to take orders, you can take mehndi occasion, shadi orders, you can tell your friends and family that I'm doing this. You can take custom orders, you can tell them any kind of color combination you want. I can create these for you. This is also an experiment. I just randomly put some things on without cutting. So this is something I placed. Big button sort of, or bead, or whatever you like to call it. It's like you can take a brooch or something. You can create it yourself as well. You take these beads and place them like this in a flower fashion. You have these and you have such. You can place them over here. It gives a very beautiful, professional, like shop bought looks, even better than shops. So you can give such theme. Now look at this one. This is my very favorite one. This was one of the first ones I made, and this is really my favorite. Then I got out of this samosa trim, some people call it. I call it champa. It's called champa in my country as well. So it's a gota lace. As I grew up calling it champa, so I'll call it champa. So this is something. Look, so I got these beads. I tried, because this was initially I tried to make this for myself and my daughter to match our Eid outfits. So I really experimented with everything I had, the glitter and beads and the gota and all sorts of things. And then I covered over here with the felt sheet I got, the same color, because I really wanted to make some craft with in this color. So then I made these. Really like these. These are also very, very nice. And look how beautifully they are done. And this is not ribbon, this is silk fabric. So if you don't have ribbon and you have silk fabric, or you have an old blouse or something, or an old shirt or trouser, anything that is silk and you are not using it, a child's frock or shirt that has gone small, anything like that, so you can use it and you can create. I hope this focuses properly. You can create this. And this is so amazing. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, this is so amazing. You need to have some practice and neatness in your hands, and you get busy creating such masterpieces. Imagine someone wearing these too. Even the bride can wear such things, and somebody attending the wedding, that's even like everybody's gonna ask you, where did you get this from? So you can easily take bridal orders of such. You can tell them, if you want, we can do match the color of your outfit and stuff. You can make smaller bangles, and you can make bigger bangles. And then look at this one. MashaAllah, this is a beauty. So every piece is unique, every piece is beautiful, and I hope it focuses somehow. So we can take orders for every piece. And we are going to have regular art therapy sessions. Inshallah, they will be long sessions, 2 hours to 4 hours even they can stretch, because sometimes we will be making everything from scratch. Today I'm not going to make anything from scratch, but I'm just going to inspire you to, inshallah, start seeking out non-medicinal ways of treating your depression or your anxiety. Some form of anxiety is important. It makes us do things. If we are not anxious that the food will get bad, we will not finish it. If we are not anxious that the milk will go bad, it will just keep, lingering in the fridge. And everything has an expiry date. Everything has something worrisome, something that we need to think about and worry about. So if we don't have that worry, we'd probably become too lazy to act upon anything. So deadlines are also there to make us finish stuff. It's not necessary that we get into a habit of panicking over the slightest. So one of the easiest ways of having a simple life and not worrying about what's not happened and may never happen, or even something that has happened and you can never change it. So basically those two are both unnecessary thoughts, something that you cannot control. So to overcome the anxiety of things that you're helpless about and you cannot change, you can stay busy, keep your hands busy, create tracks in your brain, new tracks that delete or replace old tracks. So this is the next thing that I want to talk about. First, I have spoken about ribbon and fabric. Now this is something very interesting I experimented with. This is children's dough, or like children's clay. This is air dry clay. And I wasn't expecting such beautiful result from an air dry clay bangle. And I made a few. I will show you. I actually made one yesterday. It was very beautiful. Surprised at how beautiful it turned out. This is a kid's air dry clay bangle, and then I've sealed it with the resin later on just to see how it works. It is made from air dry clay, colored. The one that is colored, that is really soft, and it comes in multicolored packets. It's very lightweight and very soft, but it dries like this, and it's like weightless sort of. Doesn't have any weight. But look what we, alhamdulillah, created out of that. And these things you can ignore because I can cover it with resin or other things. So ignore the cracks. The cracks don't mean that it is breaking. It's very solid and it's very comfortable to wear, and basically the resin makes it very long lasting, so the beads won't come off. And even with the glue, the beads don't come off. But this is going the extra mile to make sure it lasts even longer. So this is also an air dry clay bangle. Look how beautiful it turned out. And I painted it on top with the golden paint, because first it was just like this, which was also beautiful, all those three colors. Then I decided to experiment with acrylic color. I put it on top with these colors, and I will be sealing it off with acrylic, sealing it off with UV resin. I'm just debating in my mind whether I should put resin in or another sealant. So this is a bangle. You can see, perfect bangle, perfect for any occasion. And probably if you seal it off with the resin, it will be more long lasting, but I'm just thinking about it yet. So these are rhinestones. These are not glue on rhinestones. These are not iron on rhinestones. These are glue on rhinestones. So this is something that we can create at home with less than $10, less than $10. You don't need a lot of money for this. You get a bit of this air dry clay, and those are the colored ones. I didn't have to color it. This is already this color and this color and this color. I just combined these in a marble effect, and then I glued on when it was dry, I glued on these. So this is something very interesting, and it is a very good hobby, and it's a very productive hobby in the sense that it is not something that is just a hobby. You can actually turn this into a long-term jewelry business. So this is not something, and I'm telling you this because this is like a sadqa jariya for me. If you have children, you want to keep them busy, you want them off screen, and you want to give them something substantial, they can actually make these and sell them. and then they will get hooked to staying away from screen, because they will be getting this incentive that they are going to earn their pocket money or whatever they want. They can actually get a, they can buy something by making these and selling these. So this will be a good motivation for them, and it's a hobby that can even earn you something. So always indulge in beneficial things and ask Allah Ta'ala. This is a very important dua. Always ask Allah Ta'ala to keep you busy in, may Allah keep us busy in things of benefit, things of khair. May Allah keep us busy in beneficial things. So now I wish to show you a little bit of what I've been doing with resin. I'm a new beginner when it comes to resin, but alhamdulillah, I've had a good experience so far. And some pendants. These are just experiments and gifts for my loved ones, my daughter and my mom, and inshallah for myself, and maybe friends would like to have some. So this is what I made with resin. These are different things I've experimented. These are very easy to make, and this is UV resin, so it sets within seconds, less than a minute or maybe a minute max. And I can either join them together back to back. If I join them, they'll become rounded off, but I've kept them flat back so far. If I do it like this, it can be, if I join it like this, it can become, example, let me show you. If I join it like this, it can become a rounded one, plumpy, sort of. Join it like this, but I like keeping it flat back so far. So I'm keeping it flat back. So you get different molds. You can create different things. I haven't finished this one yet. And you can either put some glitter in it. This is all my experiments first. And I actually made a lot of them. I can show you next time, inshallah. Kept them in other places. So this is something you can experiment with. They turn out really nice. This is UV resin. Slightest of experiment and you can get something very beautiful. Look at this. This is not focusing here. Yeah. So very little effort goes into this, and this is a pendant. I will be finishing it by sanding it a little bit and then rounding it off and putting a string. Maybe I'll just maybe I'll do this one in a we can just do this with this one. This side becomes like this and this side becomes like this. But you can put glitter on the back as well if you like. Or you can do this. You can join them. One side becomes like this and the other side becomes like this. Totally up to you. Optional. So UV resin is also a good hobby. Make this pendant. This can be a pendant, it can be a button, and it can also be used as something on top of a bangle. But for now, I'm going to use it like a pendant. It can be an earring. It's all up to your desire You can create the back side. This is an unfinished piece. I still have to do the top coat and I have to make it round it off a little bit. It's unfinished. So this is just, you can create different things. And then I even made a tray. So we'll have a different separate class for resin. We'll do a separate class for the resin and we'll do a separate class for the paper crafts. Like, look at this. We created some gifts and I had to make some decoration on the gifts. So I made this with simple cardstock paper. Simple cardstock paper if you have, and this is not ribbon, this is cardstock. So you can easily make these. Even if you don't have anything fancy at home, you can make this. Let me show you another one. You can put them on top of gifts. These are so pretty. Put them on top of gifts and wow the audience. So this is something you can do. Other than this, what else did I make? I made these. These are headbands. So you can see this is a headband. It does become a little heavy when you put so many things on top of it, but it is totally worth it. It depends on the occasion. You can make these headbands. So this is ribbon. I made this flower and then we did this beading. And these are the stones and pearls I got as it is, as they are. I just put them on together in place. So this is something like a headband. And I made many such. They were very, very popular amongst children and their moms especially. Take orders for these. You can actually sell these and you can make some money and do charity. So my purpose of making these is basically charity, but for gifts, and giving gifts is also a form of charity. So you can make such things. You can make bangles like this. All this you can experiment now that you have an idea of how to. So for some reason today my camera is not focusing. I think it's something to do with Zoom. So the UV resin I've been using, I'm really happy with this one. You can try other brands. I don't know, this was available on Amazon and this was really good. It didn't turn out to be sticky. Really, really quickly dried. Quickly set. Cured. But then I got another brand, but this remains sticky even after curing it. This one is not that good, the big one. I'm very happy with this one. So if I get another one refill, I will get this one, inshallah. So other things that you can make with air dry clay. This is something just made with the class with my children. This is really something you can make just for fun. If you want, you can make some such things, or you can make some decoration. This is I think something my son made. Superhero photo. So children should not be given screens because parents want to be busy with other things. Now, this is something I made with polymer clay, but I would not recommend that you get busy with that you make bangles with polymer clay because this is a lot of hassle. It takes a lot of time, a lot of baking, and the results are not as good as you can see the comparison that is polymer clay, this is air dry clay, and look at this. So it's not worth the effort to go through so much pain of using polymer clay. It is expensive as well, and then you don't get such great results anyway. This is much better, faster, and more rewarding and more beautiful. And mashallah, and you can just use any color ribbon, easily available, anything on top as well, and you can gift it, or you can sell it, or you can just do it for yourself. And this is the best form of therapy. So I would not recommend that the polymer clay is used. It is all right, but it gets very heavy when it's baked, and it's not as rewarding. It can get sharp as well when it bakes. So for bangles, I would not recommend polymer clay. For bangles, I would recommend that you get something in which you just use ribbon and beads and some glue, and that's easier. So just like this one. This is simple air dry clay, and these same colors were used for this one. And the golden and the other color was added on top. So you can create anything you want from these. And you can even add this foil if you like. You can add the foil, and you can match any color with your dresses or somebody else's. This is another hairband design. Also an experiment. This is for my daughter. I need this to match her outfit for a wedding we were attending. So you can use net fabric, any leftover fabric from the dress that you're going to wear, and you can use this. Other forms of therapy can include, maybe you're not very fond of making bangles, maybe you don't need to make bangles, then you can start making patterned crochet. If you're already somebody who knows how to crochet, you can start making such patterns. And you can even start making such strings for tying the hair for girls. You can do such strings, or you can even make some bags, crochet bags. Bag. Use some fleece and use some this thing. Crochet, stitch it on top of some fleece bag, and put your accessories in there. This is something you can do. And you can also use some yarn to make a bangle. This is something I made with yarn. I didn't have ribbon at that time. I got ribbon later on. So I just made this bangle with such beads, yarn, sparkly yarn. Again, this gota. And this was my bangle that I made. It looks really nice. Look how it looks. It looks really, really nice. MashaAllah. And you can, I haven't fixed it yet. It's glued on, but I have to fix it with the, you can use wire, thin wire, or you can use normal thread. And I'm going to thread it over. I'm going to stitch it because these are all beads with holes. They are meant to be sewed on. So I'm going to use thread and fix them for my own peace of mind so they don't fall off. So this is also a form of unique bangle that you can create. And Alhamdulillah, I have noticed that creativity is something, it doesn't have any end. Creativity doesn't have any end. And this is something that really helps you when you are going through any overwhelming situation in life. This will really, really, really help you. I was going through a very tough time, very low point in my life, when my friend told me, which is probably scholar recommended something, that staying idle is so bad that when you're free, undo your shirt and stitch it again. Undo the seams of your shirt and stitch it again. So bad to be free. Just keep doing something, keep learning something. So actually, even if you're a student, you can't really learn all the time. You do need some free time. Even the scholars used to take a break and start, telling each other light-hearted poetry or some jokes, just to have freshness or reset before they could learn something more. So we are human. We cannot think that we can keep learning 24/7. We need a break. And it is the beautiful break that we can give ourselves if we indulge in this form of art therapy. We can indulge in art therapy, which can even be beneficial. We can earn some extra money, or we can give gifts, or we can simply make things for our own selves and save money. Like if you're not selling it, then you're saving money from something that you would have spent so much on and bought from a shop, but you can create something that satisfies you and makes you happy, and takes away your depression. So there is so many angles to this, like so many angles and so many benefits that I cannot recommend more. I cannot suggest more. But I know there are people who are not the type who take suggestions seriously, and it is not easy for people to change habits, old habits. And I mean, this thing is so good, it keeps you away from thinking about other people, thinking about even the things around you that are happening, even the news that you cannot help or change. This keeps you away from gossip, keeps you away from backbiting. There are endless benefits, endless benefits. But I know there are people who are so fond of their previous bad habits, which they don't even consider bad, and they would just rather call up a friend and start gossiping in the name of, maybe they think they're doing something good. So people start doing what they have been doing because they have developed those tracks, and those habits, old habits, have become automatic. They're on autopilot with those. Like, they don't even need to think about those things that they are doing. They keep following a certain routine, they keep following certain patterns. And they keep, like, imagine somebody who has a habit of biting their nails. When you point it out to them, they don't know what they're doing. They just do it. Similarly, like nail biting, there's so many bad habits we have that we don't even consider bad. But getting busy, keeping yourself busy in a hobby, in an art hobby, craft hobby, keeps you busy from so many sins, keeps you away from so many sins. And you can do it for therapeutic purposes, you can do it for sadaqah purposes, you can do it to give as a gift, you can do it to sell and do charity. So many things you can do with this. You can keep your children away from screens, sit with them, do crafts with them. It will, inshallah, be very, very beneficial. And it won't be like anything that we do, like the first roti we make doesn't turn out to be round. This can be a very, the first time you do it, it can be disturbing. And then you'll start saying, oh, maybe I lied or something. No, it can be difficult. The first time around, the first piece you make may turn out to be ugly. And I made a few pieces that were not at all presentable. And I have done crochet with things that were not at all presentable. And yeah, like for example, there are things that go wrong, and you're left with things that you don't know how to fix them. So, and there are edges and stuff that you need to work on. And then with trial and error, you decide, okay, I'm not going to use this, I'm not going to use that, and I'm going to use something else. So this is something I made. It's also unfinished yet. But look at the raw edges and look at the things. Some beads I placed inside, they're not even visible. So you have to do experiments, and then these are edges, these are uneven edges. I'll have to fix them. You see, with everything that we do, it takes a while before we become an expert. But at least try and never give up. Don't find the easy shortcut of YouTube or screens. Don't give your children screens just because you are lazy. Be mindful. Be mindful of your duty towards Allah Ta'ala. Sit with them. Help them. Do some crafts with them. And look at these edges, all these uneven edges. So I'm going to go over. Just got a sandpaper, so I'm going to go over with this. Inshallah, I'll fix this. But so nobody's good from the very beginning. And nobody has all the materials from the very beginning. It took me a while to gather all the material. I mean, this silk I had from last year. Then I got these beads I got first. Then months later I got these other beads. And then later I had the money, I saved up and got some glue. And then later I also thought I'd add some gold, and so I got this one. So you can buy one material per month. And then, I mean, just because I've praised it so much doesn't mean that you go and start getting depressed that you don't have the materials. That's not the purpose. The purpose is to inspire you to slowly and steadily develop new hobbies. I mean, you can do different things. I mean, if you're not interested in these, you can do candle making, you can do soap making, you can make simple, if you don't like crochet, you can do simple bags with the fleece or any type of silk or anything else. You can do that. And if you don't like that, you can get such clips, and you can put, those ribbons on top. Some people make flowers and stuff and make different things and put them on top of such clips, and then they sell them. So there's so many things, so many different options. This is the look of how it looks like when we just put the ribbon on it. This is a simple one. Then it's up to me. I can just add the bead on top. I can, whatever I feel like doing, I can just things. Consider this a bead. Then I can put this. You can put different beads here. You can put just, you can do it simple for yourself, for your children, for younger kids, or you can do it fancy with all those glitz and glam, like this string. So it's all your choice. This is my bead tray. Those different things. Type of bead you like. And this is the kind of glitter you get to put on different colors. Something else I did with while I was making things. So I did something for myself. I had this crochet needle, made a holder for this because this was this thin, and it was very difficult for me to hold it. It would hurt my fingers and my wrist. So I created this ergonomic handle for this. And again, this handle I made with the air dry clay for kids. Already came colored. I took out green and the light blue, the mint, and I joined them in a marble effect. It is wrinkled here because by mistake, I put resin on it before it was dry. So yes, I can get a little bit impatient at times. I wanted to get it done so I could continue with my other tasks. So this is something I'm really, alhamdulillah, I'm very happy with this thing, that the handle became very easy to use now. And the same thing I did with another one. If you are a person who likes to crochet, I did this with another one. This was also this thin. It's very difficult to hold thin handles. So I made this. This is also purple air dry clay. And it's so, mashallah, it's so solid and set. And then I put resin, UV resin coat on top. I have two of my. I have two of my crochet needles. with handles. That didn't come with handles. Some of them have handles, so this is the one that already came with a handle. But this set did not have handles. These ones were very thin. They go all the way down like this, like thin. So, alhamdulillah, I'm very happy that I was able to. This was just an experiment. I will be creating more, inshallah, for my other crochet needles. So, for today, I think this is it. And I hope I have given you enough ideas. This is another example. And they look so nice, mashallah. You can just get any bangle on top. And this one also has resin layer. I've sealed it with resin. These look so nice. You can do any kind of design. Show you. Wear them and show you. These are actually this is also air dry clay. Once again, I just love this piece. MashaAllah, this is really, really nice. So you can do anything from air dry clay to silk ribbon to using cardstock paper. There's so many things that can be done. So many things. I told you I made one with pearls. This is the one. Pearls around. And there's a ribbon on the back. Of these beads. These ones. And this is the one I showed you earlier. And we put pearls on the sides. This is so beautiful, mashallah. It looks so good when you wear it. It looks so nice when you wear it. Look. Really, really nice when you wear it. So let's not forget this one. So it all starts like this. And this is it for today, inshallah. And I will do a thorough session in the next one, and I will show you how to make one of these. Before we finish, somebody is not all you can do is make you're not into jewelry, you can do acrylic paint. You can make calligraphy, you can make roses, you can make anything you like. It is, endless. The possibilities are endless. You don't have to limit yourself to making bangles. You can do art of any sort. This is cardstock paper, already colored. Just glue some roses on top. Still thinking of what to do with this. Maybe I make a card, maybe I cut it out, maybe I put beads on it and frame it. I haven't decided yet, but this is something easy to make in 5 to 10 minutes, inshallah. This is it from our art therapy class today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The video will be uploaded so you can easily have a look at it later on. And I hope that this session really serves to be inspiring and motivating for everyone to get off screens and get crafty. Inshallah.